Laurence Fishburne, the iconic actor whose presence has graced screens for decades, recently opened up about one of the most physically demanding chapters of his career, the exhaustive preparation he underwent for his role in the groundbreaking 1999 film The Matrix. Speaking at the Marrakech International Film Festival, Fishburne didn't hold back as he delved into the grueling workouts that transformed him, Keanu Reeves, and Carrie-Anne Moss into the agile warriors the world came to adore. His reflections paint a vivid picture of sacrifice, pain, and the unyielding discipline required to pioneer a new era of action cinema, one that blended Western storytelling with the high-octane choreography of Eastern martial arts traditions. To truly appreciate the depth of Fishburne's experience, it's essential to rewind to the late 1990s, a time when Hollywood was on the cusp of a revolution in visual effects and fight choreography. The Matrix, directed by the visionary Wachowski siblings, wasn't just a movie, it was a cultural earthquake that redefined science fiction and action genres. Fishburne's character, Morpheus, wasn't merely a mentor figure. He was the stoic guide who believed in the impossible, training the uninitiated Neo to bend the rules of reality itself. But behind the leather trench coats and philosophical monologues lay months of sweat-soaked sessions that pushed the cast to their physical and mental limits. Fishburne recalled how the production team, recognizing the unprecedented fusion of styles, brought in Yuen Woo-ping, the legendary Hong Kong choreographer whose work had already elevated films like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Woo-ping's approach was unforgiving, treating actors not as performers but as elite athletes gearing up for the Olympics. "We were essentially the first Western actors to work in the Hong Kong style," Fishburne explained, his voice carrying the weight of those memories. The Hong Kong style, known for its fluid, balletic fight sequences and emphasis on practical stunts over CGI, demanded a level of precision and endurance that most Hollywood stars had never encountered. Woo-ping, ever the perfectionist, harbored genuine concerns that his Western charges might falter under the intensity. To mitigate this, he orchestrated a training regimen that was nothing short of brutal. "He trained us really hard, training us like professional athletes," Fishburne continued. Each day blurred into the next, filled with endless repetitions of kicks, punches, and acrobatic flips. The actors weren't just learning moves. They were rewiring their bodies to respond instinctively, to move with the grace of wire-fu masters while maintaining the grounded intensity of their characters. What struck Fishburne most profoundly during this period was a sudden epiphany about the world of professional sports. Midway through the relentless sessions, as his muscles screamed in protest and every joint ached with fatigue, he understood viscerally why athletes command such astronomical salaries. "And it was in the middle of that training I realized why they pay professional athletes so much money, because professional athletes are always in pain," he shared, his tone a mix of humor and hard-earned wisdom. This wasn't the fleeting soreness one feels after a casual gym visit, the kind that fades with a hot shower and a good night's sleep. No, this was a constant companion, a throbbing undercurrent that permeated every waking moment. Fishburne described it as an all-encompassing torment, where pain wasn't an occasional visitor but a permanent resident. "Not in pain sometimes like when you go to the gym and then you're sore for a day. They're in pain all the time," he elaborated, drawing a direct parallel between his Matrix prep and the unseen struggles of Olympians or NBA stars. The training wasn't solitary, it was a shared crucible that forged unbreakable bonds among the cast. Fishburne, Reeves, and Moss each had two dedicated trainers, personal drill sergeants who pushed them beyond what they thought possible. Sessions often stretched from dawn till dusk, incorporating not just martial arts but strength conditioning, flexibility drills, and even dietary overhauls to sculpt their physiques for the camera. Imagine the scene, a sprawling Sydney warehouse converted into a dojo, the air thick with the scent of sweat and determination. Reeves, ever the method actor, would methodically perfect his signature bullet-time dodges, while Moss honed her swordplay with a ferocity that belied her elegant on-screen poise. Fishburne, drawing from his theater background, brought a rhythmic intensity to his forms, his powerful frame adapting to the intricate wire work that would suspend him mid-air for key sequences. Yet, for all the agony, the rewards were etched into Fishburne's very being. Even decades later, as he stood on the festival stage, he could feel the echoes of those drills in his muscles. It's still in the body," he laughed, a light-hearted admission that belied the profundity of muscle memory's grip. Those fight scenes, the lobby shootout, the rooftop spar with Agent Smith, weren't just choreographed spectacles, they were extensions of the actors' transformed selves. Fishburne recounted how, during filming, the transitions from training to set felt seamless, as if their bodies had been reprogrammed by the red pill of discipline. The iconic lobby massacre, where Morpheus unleashes a whirlwind of bullets and blades, flowed naturally because the pain had been alchemized into precision. "We each had 2 trainers and they worked us really, really hard," he emphasized, underscoring the collective effort that elevated the Matrix from script to legend. Reflecting broader on his career, Fishburne's Matrix experience stands as a testament to his versatility. From his explosive debut in Apocalypse Now at age 14, where he navigated the horrors of war under Francis Ford Coppola's direction, to his Emmy-winning turn in Boys and the Hood, Fishburne has always embraced roles that demand transformation. The Matrix was no exception. It required him to shed the intellectual gravitas of his stage work for the raw physicality of a cyberpunk sage. The film's success, grossing over $460 million worldwide and spawning a franchise, owes much to this authenticity. Fans still dissect the philosophy of simulated reality, but it's the human element, the sweat behind the spectacle, that Fishburne's anecdotes humanize. In the years since, Fishburne has revisited the trilogue.